Meets the woman who killed.
Then let all Outworld mourn your death.
More like a back alley beatdown.
Two universes collide in a shockwave of pure destruction. When Black Canary unleashes her earth-shattering Canary cry, and Sindel answers with a soul-ripping Banshee scream, the sky cracks and the ground trembles. This isn't just a fight, it's a sonic war for dominance. DC's deadliest voice versus Mortal Kombat's ruthless Empress. When the sound barrier breaks, who survives the silence? Before she became one of the most respected members of the Justice League, Dinah Lance was already a weapon in human form. Black Canary wasn't born into cosmic power or demonic heritage. She built herself through discipline, training, and relentless combat experience. But alongside her elite martial arts mastery, she carried something far more dangerous: the Canary Cry. And at her strongest in DC Comics and animation, that scream becomes a battlefield-ending force. At base level, the Canary Cry is a metahuman sonic attack capable of shattering steel, liquefying concrete, rupturing internal organs, and leveling structures. But that's just controlled output. At maximum power in the comics, Dinah has unleashed screams powerful enough to devastate entire city blocks, knock down metahumans far stronger than herself, and stagger beings with enhanced durability. Her sonic waves aren't just loud. They are concussive shock waves that ripple outward with destructive precision. She can widen the blast to clear crowds, or focus it into a narrow, piercing beam capable of targeting a single opponent without harming allies nearby. What makes her terrifying isn't just power, it's control. Black Canary can modulate frequency and intensity, meaning she can disorient enemies by scrambling their equilibrium, rupture eardrums, induce unconsciousness, or unleash a full-force blast that sends armored opponents flying. She has stunned Kryptonian-level threats under the right conditions.
Wanna hear a secret?
And has used her cry to counter other sonic-based attackers. In certain comic storylines, when pushed emotionally or physically, her scream output spikes dramatically, approaching levels that resemble a contained explosion rather than a sound wave. But Dinah is not just a ranged fighter. At her peak, she is one of the most skilled hand-to-hand combatants in DC. Trained by Wildcat and seasoned through battles alongside Batman, Green Arrow, and the Birds of Prey, she can outfight enhanced opponents with pure technique. She combines judo, boxing, street combat, and tactical awareness into a seamless fighting style. She has defeated assassins, metahumans, and trained killers without relying solely on her scream. In close quarters, she's precise, efficient, and ruthless when necessary. In DC animated films and series, her power is visually amplified. In shows like Justice League Unlimited and animated movie appearances, her Canary Cry has been portrayed as a city-shaking blast capable of clearing massive threats in seconds. The animation often emphasizes the raw force of her scream, cracking the ground, throwing back multiple enemies at once, and visually distorting the air like a shockwave bomb. Even without comic-scaling dialogue, the depiction alone shows destructive capacity beyond street-level classification. Durability-wise, Black Canary has taken punishment from superpowered opponents and kept fighting. She operates on battlefields alongside gods and aliens and survives encounters that would incapacitate ordinary fighters. Her agility, reflexes, and combat IQ allow her to adapt mid-fight, using terrain, positioning, and timing to maximize the effectiveness of her sonic bursts. At her absolute strongest, Black Canary is not just a martial artist with a loud voice. She is a precision sonic weapon wrapped in elite combat mastery. When she opens her mouth at full power, the air fractures, structures crumble, and enemies hesitate. She doesn't need magic, demonic heritage, or cosmic energy. She needs one breath. And when that breath becomes a scream, the battlefield answers. Before she was a villain, a queen, or a resurrected weapon of Outworld, Sindel was royalty, an Edenian monarch whose power was already formidable. But once resurrected and corrupted, her abilities evolved into something far more terrifying. At her strongest in Mortal Kombat canon, especially in Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, Sindel is not just a fighter with a scream. She is a battlefield-ending force of sonic devastation and dark magic combined. Her Banshee scream is legendary. In MK9 alone, Sindel single-handedly annihilated a lineup of Earthrealm's strongest defenders, killing multiple elite fighters in rapid succession. This wasn't a duel, it was a massacre. Her sonic waves ripped through trained warriors, superhuman combatants, and enhanced fighters with overwhelming force. The scream isn't just sound, it's concussive, magical energy amplified by her resurrection, capable of disintegrating opponents, shattering defenses, and overwhelming durability tiers far beyond normal human limits. But Sindel isn't just raw volume, she weaponizes frequency. She can levitate enemies helplessly in midair, crush them with sonic pressure, and fire focused scream blasts like artillery. Her control allows her to widen her scream for area devastation, or concentrate it into a lethal precision strike. The shockwaves distort air, fracture stone, and send opponents flying across arenas. Physically, Sindel operates at superhuman levels. She possesses enhanced strength, speed, and durability consistent with high-tier Mortal Kombat characters. Fighters who survive magical explosions, realm-level energy clashes, and brutal combat exchanges. She trades blows with beings empowered by ancient artifacts and Titan-level entities. In Aftermath, when allied with Shang Tsung and empowered in the chaos of Kronika's timeline collapse, she fights on near god-tier battlefields without hesitation. And then there's her hair, an iconic but deadly extension of her power. Sindel can use it as a prehensile weapon, restraining, impaling, and striking opponents with supernatural force. Combined with levitation and aerial mobility, she becomes a constant mid-air threat, attacking from angles most grounded fighters can't defend against. What truly elevates Sindel at peak form is her composure. Unlike uncontrolled sonic users, she doesn't lose herself in rage. She dominates with confidence. She fights like a queen who knows she's superior. Her scream is not desperation, it's execution. At her strongest, Sindel is an airborne artillery unit wrapped in royal arrogance and dark magic. When she inhales before unleashing that Banshee cry, arenas tremble, warriors brace, and entire teams fall. Because when Sindel screams, armies die. When Sindel screams, her Banshee wail unleashes an estimated 500 megatons of concussive force. Calculated from her feats of flattening fortified castles, shattering mountains, and sending shockwaves across entire battlefields in Mortal Kombat lore. Black Canary counters with her peak Canary cry, which we scale based on city block destruction, staggering metahumans, and shattering reinforced concrete, roughly 50 to 75 megatons. This estimate comes from calculating the energy needed to break concrete, approximately 2.5 megajoules per kilogram, across a city block volume, and factoring in her controlled blasts in comics and animation. Canary's precision allows her to modulate frequency and focus attacks, briefly disorienting Sindel or hitting weak points. But even with tactical skill, her 1/7 raw power output pales against Sindel's sustained, soul-shredding resonance. Flight, durability, and experience against god-tier threats further tilt the scales. Numbers don't lie. While Black Canary fights valiantly and proves why she's a precision weapon, the winner is Sindel. Her scream overwhelms, her presence dominates, and the battlefield answers her call. And that's a wrap on this epic showdown. Huge thanks to all the fans who've been hyped, debating, and supporting every Titans, DC, and Mortal Kombat breakdown. Your passion keeps this universe alive. Personally, seeing Sindel and Black Canary clash with numbers, strategy, and sheer force of will reminds me why these characters are legends in their own right. Black Canary's precision and control? Incredible. Sindel's raw, soul-shredding power? Absolutely terrifying. Who wins? Well, the numbers spoke loud and clear. But the real winner is the fan base getting to witness these ultimate battles unfold. Keep the debates alive, keep the theories coming, and stay ready for the next cosmic level clash.